My youngest son is studying Job. And so we had this big discussion about Job. He comes in the other day, me and my girlfriend are studying the book of Job. I said, yeah. I said, do you know that Job was the first book of the Bible, that the Bible is not listed in chronological order? He said, yes, Daddy, I found that out. I researched it, I found that out. And he said he was fascinated with Job's friends. And so we started talking about what Job calls worthless physicians. And we were talking about how they falsely accused him. And he's fascinated with the conversation that went on in heaven about Job's life. And then finally I said to him, do you recognize that Job's tragedies was only a short phase out of his whole life? That the whole book is written around a brief moment in his life. That the substratum of Job's life was continued blessings leading up to it and a double portion after it. And this book is written about the slice in between. That slice in between is the crushing. And it really brings both the blessing before and after together. It is the hinge that holds Job's life together. If I had not suffered, then when people criticized me when I became successful and said, you're doing it for the big crowds and you got the big lights and you're on big TV and you've got all this success and you're selling all these books, you make all this money, I would have believed them. But they only saw one side of the profile. They didn't see all the years I preached in West Virginia and didn't have money to pay the light bill or the water bill. You can never allow people to define you by one moment in your life.
Right.
When your life is the substratum of a series of events that culminates in an expression of you, and you don't really know who you are for years. Because your wife, I wish I was talking to your wife now, because your wife could really get this, but you might do it too. My wife can't bake, your wife can bake. His wife bakes really good, okay? So she brought me this red velvet cake, inspired me to go bake them. And my wife swears she can't bake a cake, but the secret to the cake is not taking it out of the oven just because it looks good. If the cake rises and turns brown and you get excited because it looks good and you snatch it out of the oven, then as it cools, it will fall.
That's right.
Because it's not done yet. And a lot of times people make assessments about themselves too soon. You're not done yet. If you just stay in the oven and trust him who has began a good work in you, when he takes you out and exposes you, you won't fall because you endured the heat of that period in your life.
Wow.